Hello world, welcome to Code Caplet. This is the second video of the Nest.js tutorial series. Today we will discuss about the Nest.js controllers, routes, HTTP requests and responses, path params, query params and headers. So let's get started. Controllers are responsible for handling incoming requests and returning responses to the client. Nest.js binds the HTTP request with the corresponding controllers in the app by the help of routing. And Express.js makes the params, queries, request, response, body and headers available to the handler method. To create Nest.js controllers, we must decorate our classes with @controller, and to create route handlers, we must decorate our handler methods with @get, @post, @put, etc. Before moving forward, let's create a Nest.js application and code along. I'll say nest new controllers app. I'll skip through the process. So we have our application ready. I'll just cd into the application controllers app and I'll open my favorite IDE. So we are in our controllers app, which has only one controller provided by the Nest.js White app, and it is decorated by @controller. This is what makes this class as a controller, and it has one route handler get hello. As there is no path specified either by the controller or the route handler, this route handler will be bind to the root path of the application. Let's change our route path a bit. I'll say my controller is at /home and this route handler is at hello, and let's verify it. I'll open the terminal and run the command npm run. The application runs at localhost 3000. Since our controller is no longer running at the root path, we are getting 404 for the root path. home/hello, and yes, it works fine. We can use wildcard with asterisks in our route path so that it can handle any request which resolves to the wildcard path. So instead of putting hello, instead of ll, I'll put an asterisk so that it will be picked for any string in place of asterisk. Now if I don't want to restart my application every time I make any change, I want Nest.js to watch for my changes. So for that, I will start my application with this command, start dev. This will start Nest.js application with a --watch parameter. So we can see that /hello still works with the asterisk, and I want to put something else and it still works, By default, the success status code of any route handler is 200, but for post request it is 201, which is accepted. You can override it by the help of @http code. I will quickly create a post handler at post, and my route path is cats, and I'll say post cats, and it produces a string cats posted. To verify this, I have postman. Since my route path is home/cats, I'll say /home/cats, and it's a post request. And yeah, I get cats posted, and my status code is 201. To override the status code, let's put a new status code as http code 200 and verify it again. Yes, we are getting 200. Okay. To redirect an HTTP request, there is a decorator at request which we can use. I will directly copy this and use in one of my route handlers. And I'll quickly verify this. Yes, so it redirects fine to nestjs.com. If you don't provide the status code, it will default to 302, which is found. And we can still verify if it works. Localhost home/oh, yeah, it redirects fine. We can get the Express.js request and response in our handlers. We can get the request as IQ at response. Make sure to import your requests and responses from Express. Since we are getting the Express.js response in our handler method, we must send the response through the Express.js response like the old way. So to do that, we'll make the return method as void. And to test both requests and responses, I have one response dot status 201 maybe dot send request dot URL. Yeah, that works fine. Now let's talk about how to get the request data in our route handler. To get the route params in the route handler, we can specify a placeholder in our path and accept it in the route handler using @param decorator. To demonstrate this, I'll create a new route with @put decorator and I'll specify the path as cat slash placeholder id, and my handler method is put cat, and I'll accept the id using the @param decorator and specify the name of the parameter id string, and I'll return the string from this handler. I'll just return the id that I'm getting. Let's verify this. So I've created a put request and specified the id as my cat id. Yeah, I'm getting my cat id. Request params or query params can be accepted using a decorator @query. So I'll accept a query param with the decorator @query and specify the name as say name, and it will be a string, and suppose I'll return id plus separated by a space plus name. To verify this, I'll pass a name query is equal to my name Vikash and see if it works. Yeah, id space name. We can accept the JSON body using @body decorator. So let's accept @body in my put request, and I'll specify @body body, and it is of any type, and I'll return any, and I'll just return back the body that I'm getting. Let's verify this. So here in the body, I'll specify raw and JSON, and cat name is suppose cat family session. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I'm getting back the same body that I'm sending. We can accept the request body as any TypeScript class or interface as well. Lastly, we can specify response headers by using @header decorator. I'll directly copy this in my route handler. Let's verify this. See, I'm getting cache controllers then. So we have come to the end of this chapter. In the next chapter, we will discuss about the providers in Nest.js. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.